2025 has officially ended, and because of that, I wanted to do a whole lot better of a video of me, kind of talking about what has kind of happened. Now, in this video, I'm going to specifically talk more about what happened. I'm going to talk about 2022 to about nowish. Alright, and to begin, let's start with 2022. 2022 specifically, it started out decent. Not the best year I've ever had, but it was not utterly horrible. Not good, or bad. It was a meh. That was the start of 2022. It was about the midway point of 2022, about summertime. That is when it started to get bad. I forget the exact date, but I know it happened around summerish. But during that time, that was the point in time where me and my family became homeless. And this was probably the worst point ever, because at this point in time, there was, we couldn't bounce back for some reason. It took us a long time for us to actually bounce back from it. And that is very bad for the fact of, we have had this sort of slight situation before where we've been homeless for a point in time, but we bounced back rather quickly. It usually took probably a week over to a month or two, but it wasn't that bad before. And that's not something that should ever be normalized, by the way. That happened year after year for a long time. We were finally in a house where we lasted the longest in it. We were in there for 3 years. About 3-ish years. Late 2019 to most of 2022. So yeah, we were there for a little bit. I think it was 2019. I forget exactly. But we were there for a period of time. The longest time that we've ever spent inside of a house. And actually got to be in it for a while. But 2022, that was when the beginning of the worst point ever in my life began. 2022 was, about a point where I started doing that giant hiatus. I think I started doing videos again around 2023. I don't remember the exact dates, people. It's difficult to remember the exact dates and exactly what happened. But 2023 was a point where it was definitely starting to stabilize a little bit. We didn't have a house still, but we just kind of... it was not bad, though. We were at a point where it was stable-ish. Not best, not worst. Still, a little bit stable. And then that ended... And it was about 2024. Holy 2024. About school year of 2023 to 2024. Holy, that was bad. Really, really bad. Bad, because multiple people from 2023, around the end-ish of 2023 to 2024, continuously kept screwing me and my family over and over and over and over again and again. Now, just so you know, there's not some extreme number of people that were screwing us over. It's just we had a handful of people, and those handful of people kept screwing us over. The worst part is that most of these people were people that my mom put her trust into. And I wanted to trust the people that my mom was putting her trust into. And these people spat on that trust and decided to become assholes. Not because we were staying there. We were being as respectful as we could. We tried to be as nice as we could. Yes, there were hiccups here and there, but it was mostly good. We were mostly being as good as we could. It's just, I can understand, you can get sick of people people rather easily, especially when you're living with them. But the problem is how they decided to act towards us. They were acting like assholes, and they decided to kick. Some of them decided to kick us out like assholes. Others gave us time to like get our stuff and go, which I'm happy that they gave us that time, but they were still a bit asshole-ish. Another decided to try and call the cops on me and my family, and refused to give us a ton of our stuff. They probably even sold a shit ton of our stuff. I'm not surprised if that happened. But yeah, 2023 to 2024, not at all a good year. Same thing goes with 2023 to 2024, like closer to like the end of 2024. Wait, no, it wasn't the end of 2024. It was 2022 to 2023. That's when that whole shit started happening. It was 2023 when that sort of stuff happened. 2023 to 2024 was about the time where I started living with my nanny, and she married someone that was my step-grandfather, and I have a video talking about him a little bit, I think. All you need to know is my step-grandfather was an absolute asshole. Like, very big asshole. Like, holy, you would not expect that guy at first to be that much of an asshole. You want to know how much of an asshole he was? He was so much of an asshole to the point that he removed the goddamn lid to the toilet seat. And not like the sitting part, I mean just the lid part. The lid. Like, that, only because we, like, put the lid down as well. Like, we did what we were supposed to do, to put the lid down. That's what most people do. And he got mad at us for doing that. Like, come on. It was so stupid. 2024 to 2025. That was the, how do I say this? The beginning of 2024 was when I was still with my nanny, and that was, that whole stuff that I was just talking about. But it was around, like, after the summer, we found a place. We stayed with that place for about a few months. And then we lost that place. And then we stayed with someone for about 2025. 2025, the beginning of 2025. Holy. The person that we stayed with, she was really nice at first. She had some rules. That's fine. I listened to those rules. Me and my brothers listened to the rules as much as we could. It's just the more that we stayed there, the one thing that she would do was add more rules. And the worst part is these rules kept getting stupider and stupider and more targeted towards me and my brothers. And the worst part is she kept becoming more and more of an asshole to me, my brothers, and my mother. And my dad. She just kept becoming more and more of an asshole. She just continuously kept getting worse the more that we stayed there. And it was about, I don't know, around spring, that's when she decided to kick us out. And the worst part is, she decided to kick us out when we weren't there. That's when she decided to kick us out. And she tried to hoard some of our stuff. We got it, though. We got most of our stuff. stuff, I think. Yeah, most of it. And I hate the fact that she tried that. Holy, that was. Anyway, moving on from her. From spring all the way to about summer, we were we were able to get into like this like camper, not a trailer, a camper, a very small camper that could barely fit me, my brothers, and my mom, and not my dad because he was off working in his like job, like had like these had would usually like have motels or rent a house or something. And by like the final like week, 2 weeks of school, my mom was sick and tired. I was sick and tired. Everyone was just sick and tired of the camper, and we decided to just go with our dad and just be with him all the way in a different state. And the worst part about that is now we were just stuck in a state, a fully different state that we did not want to be in. Now, I was perfectly fine with whatever we were going to end up in. I'd prefer to go back to the original state and the original school and all that stuff. But if we had to fully switch everything, I was fine with that. As long as we were good, safe, and everything, like, as long as it was stable. But it was just it was not a good point at all. I was severely, how do I say it? Severely depressed. And I don't know how to exactly explain it, but I was definitely starting to. How do what would it be? I was starting to obtain, well, an eating disorder. Not obtain. What would it be called? Develop. Develop an eating disorder. And the one specifically is the one where you don't eat. I forget where that one is. I gotta figure. I gotta Google the name. I'll figure out the name and put it here. But I started eating less because of the obvious stuff that was happening. In a new state, didn't want to be in this state, in a place where we could be kicked out at any point in time if any of my brothers decided to do something extremely stupid. And it just, it wasn't good. It was in no way a good place to be. And then we had to leave that place. Now, luckily, my dad got an Airbnb. The problem, it was extremely small. It had 4 rooms. And I'm not like talking about like 4 rooms for 4 different people. No, it was just 4 rooms. A living room area, a bedroom area, a kitchen, and a bathroom. That's it. It was not meant to have a family of 4 living in. Not a family of 4, a family of 5. Why did I say a family of 4? It was not meant to have a family of 5 living in it. It was meant for like vacations and stuff, obviously. But that was like the point in time where I continuously ate less and less and less. It kept getting worse. And then it was about August-ish when we finally got back to my original state and original area of school and stuff. And I'm happy about that. We found a place. I'm in it right now. Got my own room. I've got a couch for some reason. For a while, I did not have a bed, but I now got a bed, and I'm happy about that. I got a laptop over the summer. Happy about that. I've got a desk for some reason. The last person that lived here just kind of left the desk and the couches, so that's why I just have a couch. I've got a couple hats. I've got a handful of stuff that I'm happy that I got. I got a brand new mic, which you guys can hear it right here. It's a lot better than my old one. A lot better, actively. And I like it. It's got reverb. It's got reverb. You hear this? It's reverbing. But yeah, anyway. Right now, currently at the end of 2025, I'm currently at one of my best points ever. And I'm extremely happy about that. I'm able to do more with YouTube. I'm able to actually relax and not have to worry about being kicked out for something stupid or small. Like, I'm not homeless. I didn't really know how to talk about this stuff, but I kind of wanted to do some sort of video basically explaining why I've had multiple hiatuses over the years and why it's been kind of difficult for me to record and stuff. And I'm happy. And I'm going to say this now. Currently, I have a video that I am editing. It's clearly not this one, because this one's going to be out before it. But that video was recorded about a week or two ago. Yeah, about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And that video it was about a week ago, I think. Why do I keep saying that? About a week or two ago, I recorded it, and it is over 9 hours of footage. Over 9 hours. It's about 9.5 hours, actually. And so far, I have sifted through about 1 hour of that footage. And I'm going to say this. This is the longest, recording session I've ever had, ever, in my whole YouTube career. And I am taking my time with editing this. I'm going to make sure that it is halfway decent. I'm not going to just sit here and cut out whatever I want. I'm going to sit here and actually cut out stuff that should not be in there. There are multiple points in times where I'm just fiddling with my settings. Multiple points in times where I'm literally just sitting there and doing nothing. And I am going to sit through this and actually edit it. And I'm going to take my time with it. It may take a day or two, because I'm going to say this. Not a day or two. It may take a little bit of time. It's already taken over a week or two for me to actually... it's been over a week since I've recorded it. Almost 2 weeks at this point. But, I should get this stuff edited. I don't know. I don't have a release date for this video. I will edit the video as much as I can, and I will get this done as soon as I can. There's already YouTubers from the freaking video that have already posted their versions. Fucking goddamn Dino and Divine already have theirs up. And real quick, I'm gonna say this now. I have never met Divine until that video and stuff. So yeah, if you guys don't know who Divine is, I barely know who Divine is. I literally met Divine last week because of Dino, and I'm happy that Dino invited me to that server for that video and stuff, because I'm trying to expand a little bit with me having a laptop. And I'm happy about that. Now, and as a quick warning for those that are going to watch this video and then go on to that video, probably, there's going to be a lot of lag and stuff. You're going to see me turn my camera, freeze for a second, and then goes back to normal. I don't know why that happened. It's most definitely one of the mods. One of the mods are causing that to happen. And I say that because I have played a mod pack with over 130 mods before on this laptop, and it ran not perfectly, but it was not like that. And coupled with the fact of the bad internet that I currently have, which is technically not my internet. It's the neighbor's internet, and I'm so glad that they're allowing me to use the internet, including my entire family. Like, I'm so good to them. Like, I must thank them for allowing me and my family to use their internet, because we don't have internet or service right now, so thanks to them. But moving on from that, you're going to see me lag in the server a lot. Now I'm going to cut out almost every single time that I just get randomly booted off the goddamn server, because I'm not going to deal with you guys me reacting to that, because there's a lot of swear words for that, a lot of cussing and swearing because of that, and I don't like the whole like over swearing thing, and I swear a lot. I gotta get better at that. I'm probably still gonna swear in the future. I'm just not. I'm gonna try and not swear as much. And see this in the fucking background. I almost died to a goddamn skeleton. But yeah, I do hope that in the future, in 2026, I do a lot more videos and post them at a better schedule. Because the one reason why I'm not doing the weekly schedule as of now is because of that 9-hour video. 9 hours of footage that I have to sift through and do all that stuff. And the reason why I'm recording this is because, one, it's the end of the year. Gotta do something. And this is probably gonna be posted on January 1st, unless I edit this that fast. But let me just take a quick sip real quick. Ugh, I've got some sweet tea. But yeah. I guarantee that 2026 is gonna have more videos, and probably not a hiatus unless I get extremely burnt out. But I will attempt to do weekly videos. Will I say when I will start doing the weekly videos? I am not going to say. You guys will know when I'm doing the weekly videos, because you guys will see me doing it every week. Because that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do a video every single week, and that is difficult to do for me right now. Because currently, I am just one person doing these videos. I don't have an editor, I don't have an animator, I don't have any of that shit. I want to have some of that stuff, especially the animator stuff and the editor stuff. Like, I kind of want to do an editing style similar to like a mixture of like Smitty, Vanoss, Lythero, and Russian Badger. I want to do something similar to that, but better-ish, just kind of taking elements from each of them and basically stitching them together like a goddamn Frankenstein. But yeah. We'll just see how that goes. And one final thing, there is one thing that I will be talking about in the future, and that will be regarding some people, but that is something that as of now I am not comfortable with talking about, and that is something that does not need to be talked about right now. Now, that is something that can be talked about later. Not now, later. Alright? I do... Oh, wait, one more thing, actually. I do plan on doing something with a very specific channel of mine. It is called Freak Studios. Here's a image of it right now. Freak Studios is a indie animation thing that I want to do. What will it be exactly? I don't know. It has nothing. It is not going to have anything on it right now. You will find out in the future what I will do with it, because that will be the future. As of now, I just have it and I'm mentioning it. Because I am a merely 17-year-old, and I have been having the worst point in my life ever. Alright. Hope to see you guys in the next video and stuff. Goodbye.